These days, you call off Fidia, but that man who called and told me off to say, we want to talk, and then you are saying, no, today I'm not talking, today I'm not talking. That man, got me. He got me. So each time I want to feel like, giving an excuse of not coming up, I think about that man. This is the power of, the voice. When people speak, you listen, and it stays in somebody's mind. So anyway, good afternoon. So today I just want to talk about a few points. But one of the first points is the president in China. In China, we were sitting on the edge, hoping that the president is not snubbed by Xi Jinping. But finally they met. But I can only hope that the trip will be fruitful. They will come out with something. Hakainde Hichilema is in a very difficult situation in terms of foreign policy, because if you ask what is our foreign policy, if you ask ourselves what is President Hakainde Hichilema's foreign policy, what are we pursuing? Because you see, as a country and a government, and particularly as a president, because you are on top there, you must be able to have internal policies. What is it that you are pursuing? What is your agenda? What ideologies are you following? Hakainde Hichilema is everywhere, on the international, on the local scene. On the international scene is just nowhere. Is just nowhere. What is he pursuing? On the international level, what is his agenda? What role is Zambia playing on the geopolitics? What is Zambia playing in terms of geopolitics? Where are we? What are we talking about? Where are we? We are nowhere. We are just nowhere. We are nowhere because, we were going with the West. When Hakainde Hichilema just came into power, he was pro-Western, pursuing capitalistic policies, aligning with the Americans and so on and so forth. But he's lost, and he was also part of the human rights issues. He was also part of the human rights issues. I'm sure the Western countries were looking forward to him becoming president and have somebody that will be able to respond to people like Museveni, who have introduced a law against the whatever gay LGBTQ. But he moved away from that. And even on the issue of Ukraine, he was also part of that. Remember, we even voted against the war in Russia. Okay, but now Fiance, he has backed out. He came in full force that he will pursue the Western agenda, but he has backtracked. And now he wants to go to China. And if anything, he's just there. It's so it becomes very difficult. These situations are very important for you to participate on an international politics, on the geopolitics. It's very important. Why? Because it gives you a direction, and you get like-minded friends to be with you. If you are not picking an agenda on the geopolitics, you don't have an agenda, you don't have an alignment where you are. I mean, of course, alignment, this doesn't mean that you don't have to necessarily be on the Western side or on the Eastern side. You can even be in between. but there must be somewhere where you lie, such that those who are part of that group are able to draw interest in you, and you can be able to solicit a friendship and help from those people. At the moment, Zambia, on an international platform, we are nowhere. If you remember, Edgar Lungu, he did quite well in that. He did quite well in that. You remember Edgar Lungu was being invited to some of these countries to engage on certain international matters, like you remember in Kenya, okay? In Kenya, when there were those issues relating to former President Kenyatta and Uhuru, President Edgar Lungu was caught in Congo DR. In Congo DR, President Edgar Lungu was one of those people that was being talked to when you talk about the Congo conflict. In South Africa also, what is this? Edgar Lungu created a relationship, particularly with Zuma. He created a relationship in South Africa. In Zimbabwe, President Edgar Lungu with Mnangagwa, you could see that there was a relationship. Now, tell me, where is our relationship in as far as Hakainde Hichilema is concerned? So it becomes very difficult. You are lukewarm. You are lukewarm before others. Imagine Hakainde Hichilema, where he is. Where he is now. We have about 27 presidents who are in China right now. Now, among those 27 presidents who are in China now, tell me, where is Hakainde Hichilema? Where is Hakainde Hichilema? Among those leaders, those African leaders who are there, where is Hakainde Hichilema? Where is Hakainde Hichilema? Because of the way he has been a wishy-washy kind of person, a very unreliable person. Being unreliable, being double-tongued. Lelo alandefi, Milo alandefi. On an international scene, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. You don't get friends. So Hakainde Hichilema, he's even lucky. But of course, everyone had to meet Xi Jinping, that's for sure. But really, I don't think he's enjoying himself in China. I don't think he's enjoying himself. I don't think he's enjoying himself. But nonetheless, it's okay. He's there. We can only hope for the best, because whatever they strike, whatever good they get out of China is good for our country. They have been talking about so much about electricity. But what surprises me is that as bad as things are right now, Mwebantu, as bad as things are right now, Zambia is still exporting electricity. And this is a challenge that I give to those that can ask questions, to ask government if Zambia has completely stopped exporting electricity. The answer I want to tell you, which is actually my concern, I was actually speaking to somebody who actually prompted this discussion. In Zambia, as bad as things are, Zambia is still exporting electricity. As bad as things are, we are actually struggling to even import electricity, but Zambia is still exporting electricity. I'm putting this one as a challenge to government to respond. If they are not exporting electricity, Zambia is still exporting electricity. If you're whilst you are suffering the way you are going days without electricity, your country, your government, your president is exporting electricity. I'm challenging them to respond, to say we are not longer exporting electricity. I'm challenging them to come out like that. I'm challenging them to come out like that. Because this exporting of electricity is actually what has caused problems for us. They keep talking about drought. It's not drought, Nami Papata. It's not drought. what has brought us where we are, it is the exporting of electricity, because we have had to run our machines, our turbines at full capacity, at full force, so that we can be able to export electricity. That is where the problem is. That is where the problem is. And I can tell you, I can give you, the proof of that. The proof of that is that we have one Kariba. We have one Kariba. In Zimbabwe, as we are talking, Zimbabwe does not have the kind of load shedding that we have. If and you challenge those in government, because drought. Okay, drought. We agree there was drought. But the question that I'm asking those who are in government, why is it that next door in Zimbabwe, where we share the same Kariba, because now ikula issue here, but now I'm like, drought. No, I am telling you that we draw our electricity from Kariba Dam, where Zimbabwe also draws electricity, and we draw ours. Now, how is it that the same Kariba where we draw electricity, Zimbabwe has power, or at least not as bad as in Zambia? How is it that at least in Zimbabwe it's better off than what we have in Zambia? How is it? I don't know if you follow. I want you to follow me very well. We draw water from the Kariba, and this Kariba is shared by two countries. If you like, it's like shared by Kariba North Bank for Zambia and Kariba South Bank for Zimbabwe. Yes. So indeed. So if we draw electricity from the same dam, how is it that Zimbabwe has electricity and Zambia doesn't have electricity? Is it that Zambia load shedding only happened in Zambia? Drought only happened in Zambia? Because the rivers that takes water into the Kariba are the same rivers that we are using. Zimbabwe doesn't have its separate rivers. It's the same rivers. So the question that I'm asking today, this evening, I'm challenging Iwe Cornelius Mwetwa, I'm challenging Iwe Winetago Kawana, I'm challenging Waaka Inde Ichirema. I'm challenging you. The question that I'm asking, because you are busy talking about drought. The question that I'm asking you is that we draw from the same Kariba. How is it that Zimbabwe is better off than we are? How is it? And now the answers are the ones that I'm providing you. The answers, number one, is that Zambia has been exporting electricity. Zambia has been exporting electricity, whilst Zimbabwe has not been exporting electricity. Zimbabwe has not been exporting electricity. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that it's like when you have water, when you have water, I need to demonstrate this. Maybe I need to demonstrate this. I want to demonstrate this. Somehow. I want to demonstrate so that you people can understand. I'll put here. I'll put my chair there. So this is our Kariba Dam. This is our Kariba Dam, where both Zambia and Zimbabwe is drawing water. So this is our Kariba Dam. This is our Kariba Dam. This is Zimbabwe. This is Zambia. Okay? This is Zimbabwe. This is Zambia. So what happens? What happens is that the way the Zambezi River Authority operates is that we share this water. We share this water in the Kariba Dam. How we share it? How do we share it? We share it. For example, if this is 2 liters, it means that Zambia is supposed to draw 1 liter and Zimbabwe is supposed to draw 1 liter. So it is the same Kariba Dam. It's the same Kariba Dam. But in this Kariba Dam, we share the water. We share the water, meaning we have an allocation. We have an allocation. Zambia has equal allocation, uku 50, 100, let's say 1 liter, and Zimbabwe 1 liter. Now, as we are drawing, ukwama machine yesu ngayale bomba, whilst our machines are working, meaning we are drawing water. We are drawing water like that. Zimbabwe is also drawing water. Okay? Now, if Zambia has drawn like this, this is the situation. You see the water that is remaining, very little. Okay? Very little. But Zambia is the one that has drawn more water. Zimbabwe has only drawn this much. So now, what is happening is that Zambia is not able to draw water as much because the water which is remaining there is for Zimbabwe. It's for Zimbabwe. So, if we to apusha Wangwamenshi, and why have we finished the water first from our Kariba Dam? We have finished water from our Kariba Dam because we need a lot of water to run our turbines because we are exporting electricity and we are providing for the mines. We are exporting electricity and we are providing for the mines. And that is why we have finished water more than Zimbabwe. And now the little water which is there, it is for Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe does not draw water quickly. They draw it cautiously. Whilst Zambia draws very fast. So that is the situation. It's the same Kariba Dam. But Zambia, because of exporting electricity and supplying the mines, we draw too much water such that the water, our allocation in the Kariba Dam finishes. And this is the situation. Now, to Shereka to Shinga 8% here over there and up. 8%. Out of our allocation, we are only remaining about 8%. But Zimbabwe has a little bit more. And why has Zimbabwe have a little bit more? Zimbabwe has a little bit more because they have been careful in the way they have been utilizing their water. Zimbabwe has been careful in the way they have been utilizing water. Zambia has been careless. Careless because of the adamancy of President Hakainde Hichilema. Because we spoke about these things. We spoke about these things earlier on to say, look, you people stop exporting electricity. What did Hakainde Hichilema say? Hakainde Hichilema said, we have signed our contracts, we can't stop. But now, look at the situation. Look at the situation where we are now. And with the situation as bad as it is, the little electricity that they are generating, they are prioritizing the people that they are so-called people that they have signed contracts with. That is what they are prioritizing. It is a challenge that I'm giving you now. I'm giving you a challenge that therefore our government, bakane, if they are not exporting electricity. In spite of the dire situation that we are in, these people are still exporting electricity. I am reliably informed. Because the people that are in government, this is a problem that we have, the biggest issue with this government. The people that are in there, they are frustrated. They are frustrated. Hakainde Hichilema's government is frustrating professionals. They are frustrating professionals such that those who are professionals, they are finding it difficult to work. And they are complaining. There are people in ZESCO who are complaining. How do I know that they were exporting? They were exporting, they were exporting up to about 101 megawatts. How do I know? I know because there are people who are telling me that. And it's a challenge. If these people are giving me false information, I want my government to respond, to say, no, it is not true. We have stopped exporting electricity. As bad as it is, you are going days without electricity. And his government, they are still selling electricity outside. And of course, they are also supplying to the mines. The mines are not load shedded, by the way. And if you talk about the percentage of you people, Zambia's consumption of electricity is less than 10%. Out of what we generate, I think we just see the Zambian population, you just consume about 5 to 7%. The rest of it, it goes into the mines and it goes into exportation. So if you just really look at it, you would actually realize that this government is so irresponsible. It is nothing but utter irresponsibility. It is nothing but utter desire to make money. Avarice, they call it in the Bible. Avarice, love of money. It is about avarice. Because vaka inde ichilema, ichalo chilema chipanga kwati, nintemba ya wonomba to make money. Because you people, you make haka inde ichilema become big-headed. That haka inde ichilema is very rich. Haka inde ichilema is very rich. Now is under pressure to live to that reputation that, you praise singers and some of you Zambians who are naive gave him. You gave him this reputation that Zambia is very, Hakainde Hichilema is very rich. And now he's busy trying to make money so that he can measure up to that reputation. It is sad. And, the worst thing about this is that, look, somebody was saying, look, strategic places, there are strategic places and sensitive places where electricity should never go. There are sensitive areas and strategic areas where electricity should never go. Just like Kuri Hakainde Hichilema, now, State House, for example, now what they have changed, they have taken it to community house. For example, State House, you should not have load shedding. You should not have power cut in State House. There should be no moment where State House is in dark. It shouldn't be. Unfortunately, one day these are some of the sins that Hakainde Hichilema may have to answer for, because now all those facilities have been taken to community house, which is a private house. But nonetheless, when you're talking about the security of the president, you cannot have blackout in State House. You shouldn't. And I'm assuming, the president is living in State House. You shouldn't. There are areas, for example, hospitals, UTH should never have a situation where electricity is gone. Hospitals, they are emergency places. They are emergency places which should be supplied with electricity 24/7. 24/7. No excuse of drought, no excuse. Some of these hospitals, they are very important. UTH, Levi Mwanawasa, Ndola Central Hospital, Arthur Davison Hospital, and so on and so forth. All these government hospitals, which have got a number of patients and a number of operations being done in those hospitals, where they need oxygen to supply to people so that they can stay alive. You don't need to know load shedding. Those hospitals should not know load shedding. They shouldn't know about it. It should never happen. But here we are. Hakainde Hichilema and his government, they are supplying electricity outside. They are exporting electricity. They are prioritizing other people. Hospitals, they are going without electricity. And you say, this is a government that cares. And you say, this is a president who knows what he's doing. Far from it. Far from it. You see, even during the time of, apart from, but anyway, let me go to other areas. The other area is security areas. Security areas. Security areas such as barracks. I saw somebody told me about this. And some of you are taking it like a joke. Praise singer. That man who sent me that message, is actually a senior, a very senior officer. Yes, he has said soldiers, because I'm a soldier barracks. Because some of you may not understand. This man has his concern, because we had a chat. His concern is that Mubaraks, Mubaraks mostly, yes, but mostly our they actually don't stay in my barracks. They stay in my town, Makablonga, and whatever. So Mubaraks, barracks, ma soldier. Ama soldier, they are the ones that carries the gun. They are the ones that carries the gun. And why do they stay in my barracks? Barracks because at any time they can be called upon. They can be called upon. Mubaraks, I don't know now, but when I was growing up, soldiers were called by, the sounding of a flute, flute. That one, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if that's a flute or whatever. That is how they are called. It's not Atama phone, Atama WhatsApp. A soldier does not sleep. He sleeps, paying attention outside. Anytime he can be called. And that's why we keep them in the barracks. It is that for any time they are ready. And this is why, from time immemorial, or any country where you will go, you will not find that barracks are load-shedded. Barracks are not load-shedded. They are not load-shedded. And that message which I posted, you must take it very seriously. Very seriously. Don't talk about, don't start looking, because I know if I were at home, you would have been looking to give me another charge of mutiny. No. Listen. You should be listening. That's all. Me, I'm a public lawyer. And some of these information that come out from the people, they are very useful for you people in government. So instead of you being excited, wanting to see, how are we going to get him? No. Listen good. That is one man I spoke to. But I can assure you, that message is cutting across many of our men in uniform, particularly the soldiers. So barracks are sensitive areas. It is the last defense. It is the last in defense. That's why even when we heard that Hakainde Hichilema has changed, to put those security whatever committee, that committee of soldiers, ZNS, ZAF, and whatever. When we heard that Hakainde Hichilema has appointed the intelligence to be the chairperson of that committee, we expressed concern, because there is no way the army commander should be under anyone. It shouldn't be. The army commander is only under the president, the commander-in-chief. That's all. There shouldn't be anyone who should be above the army commander. The army commander, it's next is the president. Army commander next is the president. But who will take over Hakainde Hichilema? everything mulefisenda kwa tiamu anoseka. You are being casual. You are being ignorant, because most of this is ignorance and tribalism na emoidi, you know, where you think that a certain tribe is the one that should be. But no, when you talk about national matters, these things, it is not about the tribe. It doesn't matter which tribe you come from. It doesn't matter. When you are the army commander, you are the one who's supposed to be on top. Nobody should be in between the army commander and the president. Nobody should be in between. But vaaka inde ichilema babika pona nkane kachinga ni bululu wabo. In between. You don't do that. You don't do that. And this matter, I'm telling you, it is for you. It is important that you consider it. You think about it. It is good that it has come out. This is a good thing. That's why for me, I like when people are talking, because when people talk, they reveal something that you may not have thought about it. For me, I didn't think about this issue of Wama Barracks. I didn't think about it until I received that message. And that's how a leader should be. When you receive a message, you take it seriously. You don't start making excuses. Now I saw you to praise the singer. You are busy. You are busy taking it Kwatma politics. Taking it Kwatma politics. Busy defending. Hey, you are a soldier. Hey, it should be for continuous training. Hey, where did you fight a war? Hey, whatever. You should have initiative. You are mocking soldiers. You are mocking soldiers. Do you know what you are doing? You are mocking soldiers. You are UPND. You want to praise singer. You are mocking soldiers. You are mocking soldiers. You have the courage to mock soldiers on social media. I'm a soldier and you start rising up and start insulting them. Because it's not only one person that you are talking to. That man is one man, but is representing so many people. And it is a genuine concern. After interaction, I do appreciate, I do understand what he's talking about. You don't load shed barracks. You don't. You don't load shed barracks. You don't load shed barracks. Whatever you think, I want to tell you, you don't load shed barracks. You don't. You don't. And you know, you think your situation is special. We are going to be celebrating. We are going to be celebrating 60 years of independence this year. 60 years of independence. Now, 60 years of independence. Are you telling me 60 years people never had load shedding? We didn't have not load shedding. I mean, we didn't the drought. Are you telling me baaka inde ichile maimwe? Muli 60 years. Muli 60 years. Ni mwa wafe mwakata pufe drought. Kellington mezi ya ishileshan. Muma 1991, 1992. Why did we have that yellow maize? If not drought, why did we have? Because we ended up, Guy Scott ended up bringing that maize. Guy Scott na Antoine Kano, Deepak Patel. Na vena Antoine Kano, yatinani, Matan. They brought that because of load shedding. But whatever that situation was so bad, we didn't have this. We didn't have this. Even Arabi, El Nino, we knew about El Nino during the time of Arabi. That's when we knew that word, El Nino, El Nino, El Nino. It was during the time of Arabi. Edgar Lungu had drought. We never knew. We never saw this kind of nonsense. For the first time, our barracks are going black. Ama barracks, baleva load shaded for the first time. Mubuteko wawa aka inde ichidema. And you the praise singer, you are busy mocking them. You are busy mocking them because your aka inde ichidema is God. Your aka inde ichidema is Alpha and Omega, is everything. Who are the soldiers? That's basically what you are saying. Who are you? We can do without you. mulifipuba ndemyeba mulifipuba ubu buteeko obu nga tamubutungirire bwino mukanjeba ubu buteeko obu nga tamuchenjere mukayisanga muli mwamoneni mulemono kwakuya mukusekela mulemono kwakutwala mapolitics ya mfimbusu mulemono kwakutwala na tribalism yenu mwamono kwakuvitwala ilenga ndemi eba lyonse mumona kwati yo tayari shani tayari is inciting. No, nimwe muchita incite. Bala abantu nga muleba sekesha, they wouldn't be coming to me. Those people come to me because of the way you look after them. That's why those people come to me. If you were looking after them, they wouldn't be coming to me. Who am I? I'm a nobody. I don't have a government position. I am no one. But they come to me because they are affected. They are going through challenges. And you should thank God that these people are disciplined. Because a fool will say, no, they are not disciplined. Why are they telling a civilian? They are disciplined because if they were not disciplined, ngabala michita kantu. If they were not disciplined, ngabala michita kantu. But because they are disciplined, they want you to appeal. They want you to look into their issues. That's why they come out. And when I talk like this, it is not for you to start looking, hey, Daddy, hey, where is he? Let's get him. No. It's to listen. They are human beings. They may be handling guns and whatever, they may be soldiers, but they are human beings. Ichungulonga bwaira na balafuaya banu wako akabwano bamfuako bwino bafuako gero shani abakashina nabo bamoneka ku bwino abana babona bena bafuala ku bwino bako pa masukulu ya suma. They are human beings. And this is what they ask for, and this is what I talk about. But this government has been so reckless in looking after our men and women in uniform. Apandela Ndefi, I was also talking to somebody very senior from ZAF yesterday. From ZAF. You are busy saying, no, many of our men in uniform, those that are retiring, you have not paid them. Many of them, they are still Muma barracks, Muma police, they are still there. They have not been paid their money. These are the people that get frustrated. And in the if people are going to an extent of suicide, now yesterday I was talking about suicide. Even today we have another teacher who has committed suicide. I don't know if you have seen it on social media, but just like, I don't like to share, these things. A picture, he has committed suicide. I don't. But I'm sure you have seen it on some of these pages. There is another suicide which happened yesterday. Now, the point I'm trying to tell you is that if people are getting that frustrated to a point of taking their own lives, what else can they do? Because you see, if you reach at a point of committing suicide, you might also reach a point of killing. You might reach at if you have reached a point where you take your own life, you take your own life, it means you can also take another person's life. If you are serious, you should be very careful. You should be very careful. Because I love my country, I am a patriot. It is for your own good that I'm talking about these things. I'm opening your eyes. Open your eyes. Don't play with people in security. Don't play with them. Do what you can to make their lives better. Ama uniform. Nili like mwa step ama uniform. When did you buy uniform for these people? In Sapato. When did you buy them in Sapato? Abantu bafuna for in Sapato. They must get, you know, their boots, their clothes, and whatever, they must get them from government. Now, our military people have resorted to buying boots for themselves. Buying boots for themselves. And yet you are there, you are supposed to give them. It is not just a matter of, you know, ukula glass and whatever. No. No, run the country, protect our country. You have got a responsibility. And it starts with you people. You should be ashamed that these people are actually bringing reports to me. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. If you want to other countries like Western Africa, you have seen countries have been taken over by army officers. And surprisingly, they're actually doing much better than the nonsense that we have in our democratic whatever. Of course, I'm a Democrat. I'm not saying, we should promote coups. No, I'm certainly not for that. But surprisingly, where we have the army ruling, things are better than the nonsense that we have. We have the Vaaka in the HLM moving around and whatever. Kula yumfafe. But tapanin for valechit. Tapanin for valechit. So, but anyway, guard our democracy well by looking after these people. But the fact that Barichita retired, it doesn't make them less important. This is what you have to know. By the fact that at once a soldier, always a soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier. Abantu, we have veterans who have gone to fight wars. In their 60s, in their 70s, they have been in the battlefront fighting. Ushemfutira kana chao iwete tulishe pantu akota. Atiyo muko tete chaikate. Oh. Muna tontonkanya wino imo. Muna tontonkanya wino. Don't be too careless with our country. Don't be too careless. You are being too careless. Give those people Amalite. Stop exporting electricity and make sure that Mubarak's Muriama light. It is not about them, because even the way I'm talking, you might take it to say, no, I want the soldiers to have electricity. Of course, it's their benefit. It's their benefit. But more importantly, they must be able to see. They must be able to see. They should never be in the dark. They must be able to see, what if an enemy evades us? Don't be too comfortable. Zambia is a peaceful country and whatever. Don't be too comfortable. Don't be too comfortable. Don't be too comfortable. You don't take matters of security by chance. You don't have to wait until you are hit, and that's when you start waking up. No. Wake up now and make necessary preventive measures. Prevention is better than cure. Give the mama light. Give the mama light. Give the mama light our barracks. Give ama hospitals ama light. Give ama hospitals ama light. Give ama hospitals ama light. Give barracks ama light. Na mieva, ina na mieva. Give ututu matawotu. Ama radio transmissions and whatever. I am a radio transmissions here, especially I am a soldier. They should never go down. They should never go down. Soldiers in Imbala, they should be easily communicate with the Achani. What is this? Iliaba next to State House. They should be able to communicate. They should be able to communicate amongst themselves. That communication should never break. But we have a situation where there is no communication. Oh, if you feel quite exposed, but unfortunately, There is no any other way of advising you. It is very dangerous. I'm telling you so that you can do what is right for our country. You are exposing our country. You are compromising the security of our country. You are risking the lives of Zambians. You are risking our democracy. Baaka inde ichilema. Palapachi kuna munandati, tualika lapo. Awa soja nga bafulo tamwaka pekali. Awa soja nga bafulo tamwaka kwata maradi. Awa soja nga bafulo, you will not be able to lie. They will not give you a chance to lie. So respect them. They will never tell you. They will never tell you. But they have told me to tell you. They have told me to tell you. If I'm committing a crime, then you are a fool. Because you should be saying thank you very much. Thank you. And immediately you should take measures to make sure that you do the right thing. Do the right thing. That's why I posted Kariaka Antoine. Of course, I just posted a bit. It's not just coming from me. I didn't even think about this. It is until I received that message and I engaged that person, that's when I realized to say, this is serious. This is serious. But in social media, you are busy mocking them. Hey, whatever. Are you sure? Are you sure? Mukamwena kwa imwenga bure ya ngarayu. Mukanjivukisha. Mukanjivukisha. One day mukanjivukisha ndemievu. Mukanjivukisha. You are playing around. Baka inde ichilema. Ukawine kumuli kuchaino uko. One day wakamye batamwa wereko kuna ikane ni uko kwini. One day they will tell you don't come back. Or one day wakamilonga muisaka. So be very careful. Be very careful. That is the situation. Anyway, so that is about that. But the other issue that I wanted to talk about, you know, you play with the mule angara sana vaaka inde ichilemana no uteko wenu mule angara sana. How? What am I talking about? What I'm talking about is you people aba ba UN balemba report you are still muletarika nayo. Okay, muletarika. Meanwhile, you continue abusing the human rights. Where is Nakachinda today? Where is Nakachinda today? Nakachinda Mamwikete, how many days number? This is the third day. Nakachinda is still inside. And yet Mulekana, no, we are not abusing human rights. But today, Nakachinda, this is the third day. Why are you still keeping Nakachinda? Baaka inde ichilema, you say no. Ngatwami kata. 10 hours, 14 hours, you are bonded. Why haven't you bonded with Nakachinda? And there are other people that are still inside. We know. I don't know if that boy who had the placard, for freedom statue, Katushinga Balimu for me. If somebody can give me an update on that boy. If somebody can give me an update on that boy. But actually, there are a number of them that they got. That one at Jason Mwanza. There is actually also a lady. But anyway, Jason Mwanza is the one that is... but I understand there were 3 people that were arrested. There is a lady that was arrested and an old man and Jason Mwanza. I don't know what is the situation on these. I don't know if they have been released or not. But I know Nakachinda is still inside. Why me is still inside? Jackson Chama, of course, is saving for something that he shouldn't. So the point I'm trying to make here is that why don't you mwakota koka behavior change? Behavior change so that abantu wamuna kwa tao na waleka. But muletari koko but mulechita fimbiuko. What kind of people are you? And I want also to remind Zambians, I'll keep talking about this, that Bali Mipelo Bunga wa poison. Don't relax na papata. Don't relax. Yariamataba, where are they? We might just be having Ubunga wa poison on the market. We might be having that. You people, mweba kwetama means, ni chife na ma organization, ama civil society, tuwa kwa tanayo, na ni ambi. Because some of you civil society, na you can take those samples and take them Kuma labs. I'm encouraging you, those of you who have means, even as a citizen, you can take part of that meal, take it to a lab, let them test it. So that we know, because government you can't trust them. Babu fee. So those of you who have means, it would be good that a number of you, it is not much. I mean, you won't be charged a lot, Kumalabu. You won't be charged a lot. You won't be charged a lot. So take AMA samples, take Kuma labs, test them on a personal level. You can do it so that we know the results. We know what is the status. Government. Let's be proactive, Mwema Zambians. Let's be proactive. Some of you, you have got means, and I'm telling you that since you have means, quietly take the meal, take it to a lab. There are a number of labs now, private labs. That pima. Now we don't watch that before Tamlambo Kudia. Some of you have got means. You can be able to take that part of that a portion of that meal. Mwatwala lab. It won't even take long. They will give you results. Please, I'm begging you. I want you to be alive. These things, don't think that because wali kwati nichile chipupa chaku Ministry of Defense, Permanent Secretary chili. Chesha radio wali, hey, I'm eating. Kuti wali lelo. But if you are mamu, ni fimbi after some time. So those of you with means, I am encouraging you that when you buy that meal, go and check. Go and check before you start giving your children. Before you start consuming that, check it. You can take it to a lab and the lab will give you the results. And some of you who are going to do those things, you can even share those results with me. Because me, I'm here. I can't do those kind of things. So do that and share with me. So that tuishibe. Then let us also follow up. Zambians na papat. Let us follow up that medicine which was stored in the whatever. Mukasua. Let us check where have those trucks gone? Where have those containers gone? Where have they gone? Have they done tests to make sure that no, that or we are risking people being injected? If you are people dying. Genocide. Because when you are killing people, when you are exposing people to this kind of dangers, I mean, what are you committing? Is calling it genocide. Of course, I wouldn't call it genocide. But you can understand what he's talking about as a politician. You can understand what he's talking about. That's why Nakachinda, you are keeping him in jail, because you cannot go to court with that case and win it. You can't win it. You can't win that case. You can't. You can't win that case. Nakachinda is in court. You can't win that case where justice exists. Because you are the ones who have killed dogs. You are the ones who are killing people. By the fact that we don't have people that have been said, it doesn't mean that there are no people who have died out of that poison that they gave us. It doesn't mean so. Because at the moment, you know, our government hospitals, they can never release that. They can never. There is no hospital under the environment under the environment we are living in. There is no hospital that will be courageous to say, we have certified this person to have died as a result of the poison that was given to him by government through the meal. They can't do that. So people are dying silently. People are dying silently. And that's why Nakachinda is saying that. And as long as there is some truth in what he's saying, there is no way Nakachinda will be convicted. There is no way Nakachinda will be convicted. That case is a BID. It's a brought-in dead. It can't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere. But Zambians, open our eyes. I'm telling you, number one, try to do, on a personal level, before you consume it, check it that it's okay. You can simply get part of it, take it to a lab, they will check it, and they will give you the results. Uliomuti, I don't know how you're going to do it, especially I'm a journalist. You can put in, a query. Even these NGOs, NGOs, if you know Zambian Voice, to press query. Not NGO, they are supporting, the government is messing up human rights, but you have the human rights coming up to defend them. If you have local on the road. But civil society, these are some of the things that they can do. These are some of the things that they should do actually. Anyway, I think I've made my point. Can you sura my phone so that naimwe mulandeko tumfwe eko mwalambo support that day. But if we know, let them continue exporting electricity. How can you be exporting electricity? How can you be exporting electricity when you are in dire need? You are leaving hospitals in blackout. You are leaving barracks, risking the entire country. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening or good afternoon?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I just want to say something, and people should see what I mean. When you're making an agenda, you can be the main agenda, and then there are people who just fulfill the agenda. And then the main...
No, sorry.
Hello?
Please call back again. Hello?
I can hear you, but...
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Badishani batayari ba mashina bachirufya.
Bwino fe mukwaye shani maya.
Awe ndife bwino.
Mukwaye.
Batayari dena tumasyo kweba nikosereshe. Alabali abakashi benu tamwaire bopira kuba. Wakweba bale emitumina foni bale emikalifi omutima. Mwabishi bati kwali bana secondary virginity. Mukabwero ko mukakasanga kali mu secondary virginity. Andi nino mbaline. Abo abale michita distract, forget about them. You know your wife and you believe in her. Inessentiale nchitikira po bushena mulabalidia bambe pesha tini kwate fubo.
Mayo.
Mukwai.
I'm sorry. I think it tend to let's put that one aside a bit.
Okay, I just wanted to encourage you.
Let's put that one a bit.
Forget about them.
Not totally. I'm quiet. No, I mean, and I will repeat that. I mean, yes, I'm a public figure, but I don't want my wife to be a subject or my family to be a subject of discussion at any point. And if I can cut Vamumbi Piri, you should also know, if I can cut Vamumbi Piri from talking about it, what about the rest of you? I have so much respect for Vamumbi Piri, but I've cut her on that issue. So even the rest of you, you should know. You should know. I get her point, and she's right, and I agree, and I say thank you very much, except that I just don't want to make her a subject of discussion. My family members, I don't want them to be a subject of discussion. Me, kutimu alande filifyonse, no problem. You can say whatever it is. So, but anyway, we can continue and let us, talk about some of these issues. You are still exporting electricity. Vaaka inde ichidem is still exporting electricity, and yet Zambians are going days without electricity. Days they are going without electricity. Is that real? Is that governance? Everything vaaka inde ichidem obo. Everything you start Amalite Taya, for years. We have a drought and whatever, but you will not find that Mubarak Samarite here. Hello?
Oh.
Thank you, you have called back. I was, phone cut. I wanted to hear your point. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my point is this. When you see the China trip, our president has just gone there to fulfill their main agenda, and which is a very shame for our country. There are other presidents who are part of their agenda, while ours is just there to fulfill their agenda. Secondly, when he went to China last year, he came back saying, we have signed an agreement with a phone manufacturing company to set up an industry in Zambia. Where is that industry? Sometimes we should ask ourselves, even if we want to support someone, but the lies are just too much that we have now just started listening to him, and others have even stopped listening to him. Only these people who are called praise fools that just want to praise because their praising is based on one thing, and I'll say it and I'm not even going to regret. It's based on tribal lines. That's it. Anyway, thank you, Achifia. God bless you, and we'll continue supporting you in our prayers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Of course, he had to go. He was invited, but really, we don't have a well-defined foreign policy which would attract other interests. Even investment, we don't have it. Ama Chinese vadia. Ama Chinese vashala Muzambia no. Even ama Chinese vadia. Opo haka inde ichile maaishila. A number of Chinese have gone. Because of haka inde ichile. So, if you want, ninchi paka issue kaliko sensitive waka. So, abantu banetina okuposa po, but if you ndandire, if you wanda tukwebere mfano ko mutanshi, ukwebere mfano ko mutanshi. Ifina mieva pa fika nkara sana. Muikonkera noko bati yo, tayari, katayari, mumfu ikishebu wino sana. Mumfu ikishebu wino teina nde irishani. Era mwimona tiyo mundumu, vengi bade irishani. So muposa ko sana mano bati.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Mkwai bachilufya weso.
Nabalande mkwai.
Tuefa fe ukumkoselesha nawo twamva abafyashi bamumbi bale koselesha nawe twakoselesha fofine mule muchuka bafe bwino nomba ndefo kulanda bali ababene bali mu nshulumpolo abo bakisesa bakisozo kitontoli abaire n'obusali ku makko chakwe bati echo bafuire okwishyura chakwe bati imwe you are not scandalous, because even on that day that you were talking about you are advising them, but you know when you are persecuting these people, you are actually advertising them, which actually happened to him when he went to Eastern Province and all the places that he was stopped, he was told, bring a passport, all those funny issues that were happening. And some of us, that it was at that point that we decided to give him our vote. But they've forgotten that this time around, they are going to lose in a way that they will never believe, because people are going to use Dundumwe's theory that they have come up about with. They will never believe, because konse kuno kuma Northern Province, kuma Mchinga, kuma Lwapuloko, this time around they will never believe, and they think it is the same trajectory which will continue. The same way 30,000 against 200 is what is going to happen Lwapula, Kumuchinga, Konse, Kumonaku, Konse, all non-Zambezi areas. So, Chochena, Chaku, Konkomesha, Ukuti Konso, Lubemba Lonse, Fio Lubemba Lonse. Unomukuna ifoku votelo wesu tetribalism wow tetribalism bena kanga bena fyo bavotelo wako na ifoku votelo wesu
number mamona
so your point yo eneyo tufireve tuirapita na mumba linokumfwenso ni vachirufya mwati mulengofa
nde umfa although I don't agree with you.
You don't why?
No, I don't.
200 against 8,000.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. For me, frankly speaking, I don't want, at this point, I don't want to cause the division further. Zambia is so divided. So we should not divide it further. We shouldn't divide it further. If anything, we should try to close up the gap. So at the moment, for me, I am saying, na papata, let us look at the issue of one Zambia, one nation. Because even Southern Province, there are people who are suffering there. But I chula. So instead of saying that Urubemba, look at me, look at Votero Wesu, I think what we should say is that Vane wonse fwe vale chula. Na mweba ku Southern Province, na mweba ku Northwestern Province, na imwebe ene, pantu mule chula, chen tu vote champamo. I think that's a message we should be carrying. We should be calling all those who are suffering to vote against Hakainde Hichilema. Other than talking like we are going to vote against the Southern, I think that one is not good. That is my view.
Bachirufya, ngamwachi ngatabo bachene kiki nga mulaberenga. Kutuba mkonka kufika na pakasongo twenu. Tulamukonka. Bonse mule konka amachina nomba aba mulanga nangwa aba na defya ifya aba against defya mule pesa. Mule konka nomba ngamwati mumwene keshe batinjana amachina yomba bala bikata amachina alubane kiki balika tamu strong. Bingamba the power to the people that bali chinja machina mumula ndibakute bale ikwa mungwa machina yabo
chine
teneto
umfweni icho mwalanda chishinga ukwebati there are a number of people that criticize me. They are coming from, the Zambezi region, but at the same time there are also umfweni at the same time there are also people who are coming from the same region who are actually very supportive. Some of them, balamtumina kona kangwe, tetimbepe. So I've got even people who are Tonga, and they sacrifice part of their money, they send it to me. Honestly, would I be fair to say, let's vote against the Southern? No, I don't think so. So yes, there are those who are criticizing me, coming from the same region, but I also have very strong people that are supporting me, coming from the same region. Natotera. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Mwabomba chani?
Mkama wombe.
Mwabomba chani?
Mkama wombeni.
emkwai emkwai aona ye ndeko anunja pali chivarata vabrother vatiranda ti ukupotela uweni nita tayari havakoniyo iyi ava nesu era valizao tidafuma kulya nicho vapotero havo ipiri vyonse twengalanda vakwire vaungwa andiko kwire vachita so efutiri andapokwe vati ukukwena nakwena kweva avantu tishinko kutira nainupotere niuweni ero pingavapena bwini vakambadzao tizorenga kupa bwini nachikingira mulanda kwatyo likinyi chanyuko icho valikina valizao nicho pantu vapotero havo natavapotero havo nalikinga kuva
tamuleyana mukuchita register voters mwalimona line avanene vale panga line yakuvota yakuchita vota mwalimona
izona kuishiva kuti vaya vanapotire wavo nomba amadistrict iyo vaita open kunorthern region ayakwe vati avanhu pane continuous ive nation yavako niyanga amadistrict if you ask in Rwakula maybe south yaone go to northern province but kuina kuma areas kuina kuli amadistrict ayenye
yo now for natotera hello
Bwa mkulu ulise?
Nilichape bwino bwana bwanje.
Muzi wa wakanda. Bawacho kukamba bawuti like members wakavotere wakawa. Or maybe listeners wakavotere kuda brand member. Your point wakamba iniitenga chiku
nawe ukujizana naye okay
because there's no way whereby you are not busy then ukakumbuka unchito pesa daily wandi bawako wakumenyera mwana then ukakumbuka kuba ni bawako wakumenyera mwana nawe then angumenya wao
kumuchamo bwana naye so vati vazive hai ati wakalipa manje
vakamba ndavyakuza kuchazazona vakamba imo muli mtauni ipepezeka mumakomboni tingeyachoyakamba vavantu veva vantu lekutiwa tendaula kuti vintikili muti weve ingela iyayi kuti virishabe mushe mumuponda muti wati weve swadandaula ikebati Isinango tingadandaula but weve ukatendaula ko bilivons swanga impact wons as long as they wow atifa mfana Mwish understand it?
naimveza nimve
so yo tika effect kasera temuti wanzambia one mission kungovotera daily ife wena ngutiputa wanzambia one mission vanzati weve next 35 stars ukebe tizatenga hapo 90 ndiye manje mumwe vantu vakwatu pezeka manje mutala tarutinza kamba kachani
imagine
nikufuna ndi pafupi asibuluwa nende pafupi mukwengu kinotala mwanzambia nation imwazibuluwa pse muli muno mchako ine mupafupi natutazeka mwabuluwa tumufutika ikazachapa chisaime azibuluwa nakuuzani
namvesa mwana namvesa bwino namvesa
vechitapa tisikira imwe ukumwaafrido kuona mune mvutikira anditiza kuita chaexactly ilayo nyumba yonse chepadumomoti mona mangasitiona setisika mwaziburu vati mona ngadifumukondirea tisezi sikamba but vakapika time dzakakamba
namvesa zikomo
okay.
You see, this is one thing for me. I like it when people express themselves, even if you don't agree with me. I like dissenting views. I'm not like Waka in the HDMO wants us to hear praises. Hello? Yes, sir. Hello?
Information that we need to there's some information that we need to verify.
Mm-hmm.
I'm told they are foreign nationals
Mm-hmm.
who are having some dark meetings with our ECZ, our Electoral Commission of Zambia,
Mm.
at some empty hotel in
Okay.
Lusaka.
They're having what? There are people what? The foreign nationals who are doing what?
Who are having dark meetings with our Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Okay.
Top management, yes.
Okay.
So I'm yet to verify. I think I'll pass through that hotel when I knock off today.
Please do, and then let us know. You can send me whatever
So
you find out.
I just,
Yeah.
otherwise it's a credible.
Yeah. No,
One
let's
of
find out. Let's
the
find out
employees
first.
from there who was
Let's find out that, then we can talk about it.